doing okay out there, I've just been hanging out at the house with the kids, reading books, watching movies, trying not to get too stir crazy, taking the occasional walk. But it's crazy times like this that really bring us together, as a community and families. And that's really what, this yoga practice is all about, is union, coming together and cultivating energy to make change. So let's just go ahead and get started, closing your eyes and inviting some awareness into your breath. And we'll give everybody an opportunity to join us. I'll just share the Mula mantra. We have a few minutes. Boom. Welcome. So the Mula mantra, just opening to the light, right? Cultivating presence. And ideally mindfulness, so we're not putting ourselves into sticky situations. We have these tools in our practice of yoga, and so we may as well use them in times like this, what really makes sense for you. So I want to share an affirmation with you guys before we get started. You're welcome to find a comfortable seat or child's pose. Will be our first asana. But just setting this group intention for practice today. So if you want to just close your eyes, start to bring the awareness inward and upward towards the third eye. We're just breathing inward and upward, inhaling this positive affirmation. I'm present in my body, mind, and heart. And you can repeat it. I am present in my body, mind, and heart. My conscious choices cultivate the landscape of my life. My conscious choices cultivate the landscape of my life. And so we have choices. Not everything is in our control, but we do have options, right? With whatever, life throws at us. There's always a choice. So you can choose to just sit and watch if you'd like, or you can choose to make your way onto your hands and knees. And just stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. And spread the fingers nice and wide like starfish. And we're going to come into that natural rhythm of breath, right? So with your inhale, we're broadening through the chest, lifting the sit bones. And with the exhale, just rounding out, hollowing out, right? Actively pressing the heart towards the heavens. And take some time to really feel into that fullness at the top of your breath, right? A gentle pause. And again, just noticing those gaps between the breath, feeling into your cat pose. And go a few more times at your own pace. Maybe even closing your eyes and just feeling the stretch across the front of your body as you inhale into cow. And feeling all that space between the vertebrae as you round the spine to cat. And feel free to make your practice your own. Right, so offering any other movements that just feel good in your body. Maybe you want to shake your head loose or sway the hips from side to side. And we'll take one more full inhale. With your exhale, go ahead and soften the tops of your feet to your mat and to your hips to your heels. And stretch your arms long towards the top of your mat. You're going to let the forehead come to rest gently on the earth. An option to rock your head from side to side, just massaging the forehead, releasing any tension in the brow. Taking a full inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it out, right? Like you're trying to fog up a mirror. And maybe you want to take a couple cleansing breaths like that, just consciously emptying your mind, thoughts, your body of stress, your heart of worry. Right, with the next inhale, pull the heart forward and through. Right, we're rising again to cow pose. And exhale, rounding out, hollowing out, emptying hips to heels. Chakravarkasana, and just nice and smooth, feeling into the movement of your spine. All right, maybe you're ready to invite in your Ujjayi pranayama. And constricting the muscles of the throat and allowing the breath to be more textured and audible. Allowing the breath to be the primary focus here. Right, one more full inhale to fill up. And then releasing to a neutral spine. So we can bring the knees a little bit wider here, a little wider than hips width. And pressing into your left hand. Inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling. Here we want to actively press into the left palm, and we're creating an external rotation with the left arm to create stability for your shoulder. See if you can press a little harder, reach a little further, fill up just a little more. And with the exhale, thread your right hand behind your left wrist. So we're coming all the way down to the right shoulder, right temple to your mat. And here we have options to explore. And maybe we're reaching that left hand towards the top of the mat. Maybe you want to send it up towards the ceiling. Or we have the option, the choice, right, to reach around for the wrap. Try to stay with that fullness of breath here, just allowing it to be the priority. And a final inhale through the nose. Exhale to release your left hand under your left shoulder. We're pressing up. We're reaching the right arm up and we're sending that right leg back into space. Right, and then find some external rotation with that right palm. We're going to reach towards the top of the mat and just grow along into the side body. And one more final inhale. I'm going to exhale to release the same way you came in. And coming back to all fours. You can take a cat and a cow if you'd like, just finding that neutral spine. Right, and then coming back to tabletop, knees slightly wider than hips width, this time rooting into the right palm, finding that stability in the shoulder, inhaling the left arm up, right, reaching out, extending yourself just a little bit. And one more full inhale. With your exhale, it's Sutra Asta Madrasana, left arm through, left temple to the ground, and setting yourself up on this side. And just find your expression. And a final inhale, filling up. Exhale to let it go. Right hand's under the right shoulder. We're pressing up, extending the left leg long, reaching the left arm up. Actively opening it up now, finding that external rotation and reaching towards the top of the mat. And soft release to all fours. Come back to your tabletop position. We're going to walk the palms forward, a full palm print. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Right, start to wrap the triceps under you, again for that stability. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and find your downward facing dog. We're going to pedal it out here, bending the right knee and sending the left heel towards the mat, and then switching sides. Let's inhale both heels high as you can, and exhale both heels drop towards the earth. And take a full inhale, open mouth, letting go. And see the lips come back to that cultivated breath. All right, we're going to move it with the breath, inhaling, shifting forward to plank pose, and just checking the distance between your hands and your feet. With the next exhale, take the hips up and back, heels drop towards the earth. And again, just moving at the pace of your breath. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, take it back. And let's go 2 more times at your own pace. All right, inhale, shift it forward to plank pose. And we'll hold it here, right? Pressing actively into the palms, lifting the heart, supercharge the low body, just sending energy out the heels. And we're going to glide it forward and back. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to shift back. Inhale forward, exhale back. We want to take that same motion with us when we lower down for chaturanga. We're going to start with the knees down. If you're pretty versed in chaturanga, feel free to leave the knees up. Otherwise, inhale to shift the heart forward. Elbows graze the ribs. We're coming only halfway down, guys. And breathing into it. Right, exhale, chest and chin to your mat. For Ashanasana, full breath in. And exhale to release the hips. Excuse me. You can walk the knees back into space, find some traction out of your hips. And just soften the forehead to your mat. Right, again, just feeling the fullness of your breath. Notice where you feel it. Same option here to rock it out. We'll take it to baby cobra. Pressing into the tops of the feet actively. Zip up the inner thighs. We're lifting the heart. You can lift the hands. Try to find length up the spine. Gentle tuck of the chin. And one more full inhale. Exhale to release. Soften. And we'll do it again. Right, inhale. Lift the heart. Get active in the low body. Option to come up a little higher if that feels okay in your low back. If you feel the pinch there, just bend the elbows a little, take the edge off. And one more big inhale. Exhale to release. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Toes tuck, hips lift high. Find your dog. Maybe bending the knees to find that length in the spine. Final inhale through the nose. Exhale all the breath out. Step the feet behind your wrists. And forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe a soft bend in the knees to take the edge off. Option to rest your pinkies on opposite elbows. You can sway or rock from side to side. Or forward and back. Release your fingertips to your shins. Inhale, a halfway lift. Right, find that length in your spine. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. We want the nose to point straight down to the ground. And just imagine you're resting a marble there between your shoulder blades. Belly's in for one more breath. And exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Right, root to rise up. Press into all four corners of your feet. Lift the heart and the head and the arms. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart space. And close your eyes. Again, just cultivating this presence. Right, feeling into the soles of your feet. Use your toes to gently grip your mat. And then invite that earth energy, that mother energy, up the shins, lifting the kneecaps, engaging your quads. And firm up the glutes and pull the low belly in. See if you can soften the shoulders and soften your jaw. Inviting your inhale all the way down to your roots. And we're exhaling all the breath up and out the crown of the head. And let's come back to that intention for our practice today. I am present, body, mind, and heart. And my conscious choices cultivate the landscape of my life. Let's warm it up with some sun salutations. Moving with the breath. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, swan dive to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to a flat back. And then exhale to step your feet back to plank. Full inhale. Exhale, heart forward, elbows hug in towards the ribs. We're coming only halfway down. Right. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths for this first one. And after your 3rd breath on empty, bend the knees, look forward, lightly step or float the feet behind your wrist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, and again rising up, rooting into all 4 corners of your feet, just reaching, growing out of that foundation. Exhaling, hands to heart. And checking in, samastitihi, finding that equilibrium, that balance between breath and body, spirit. All right, let's do it again. Big inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it your way, Uttanasana. Inhale, find lift and length. If you're floating back, be sure to land with the elbows already bent in Chaturanga. Right, the arms act like little shock absorbers there to take the hit out of the low back. All right, full inhale and down dog on empty. Bend the knees, look forward, step it up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold and root to rise, right? Growing up, reaching out. And exhale, bring it back to the heart. Checking in. Whew. Right, big inhale, arms reach. Last one, guys. You can just follow your breath. Nothing to stress out about, just moving with the breath. Full breath in down dog. And meet up at the top of the mat. Connecting. Right, hands at heart. Just diving in. Right, noticing those spaces in between. And where does the mind want to go? Can you stay present? Can you be present in the moment without having to react or respond to, all that stuff that's going on outside and inside? Can you just be present in your breath? Let's steep on that here in chair pose. And check in, make sure your feet are about hips width apart and parallel. Inhale the arms up, reach up. And exhale to bend the knees. Sit back into space like there's a chair just waiting there for you. Right, and if it's too much in the shoulders, you can always bring the hands to your heart space. Right, ideally we have the knees stacked right over the ankles here, with the shins as vertical as possible. If there's any way to relax the shoulders and jaw, go ahead and go for it. All right, one more big inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Let's inhale, halfway lift. We're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat and just soften that left knee down to the ground. All right, option here to bring your blocks into your practice. All right, so you can use the support of your blocks. You could rest your hands on your thigh. If it feels right, reaching up. And same option, you can flatten the top of that back foot to dive a little deeper. Just dig in there. And one more full inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat. We're sending the hips back into space, lengthening the right leg long. Right, toes flex towards the nose. Heart forward. Try to maintain the neutral spine as you fold forward. Right, actively wrapping that right hip behind you. If it feels okay in your left knee, you can always sit back onto your heel and maybe find a little more of a stretch. And so just noticing that primary pull where you feel, the stretch, and that's where we want to direct the breath. Just breathing spaciousness in, exhaling, moving tension out. Let's connect it to some movement With your next inhale, just shifting the weight forward. Hips drop, heart lifts. And exhale, again, just taking it back to our half split. Right, so really feeling into the top of the breath, right? The pause, the gap. And watching the transitions. Let's go one more time. Right, inhale to shift forward. Gonna root into the left hand. Hug in towards the midline as you twist open to the right. Option, you can send the right arm up. You could send your left knee up for more heat. And again, just mindful of that left shoulder wrapping away from your center. And final inhale. Exhale to release. Frame your front foot. Step it back. Take a vinyasa. Option to modify. You can always bring the knees down and take a cat-cow instead. You could always add some extra push-ups if that's your jam. And we'll just meet up back in down dog, connecting to breath. Right, option to open the mouth, cleansing breath out. Seal the lips on empty, bend the knees, couple hops, or maybe just one big hop. Think hips up. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale to fold. Right, root to rise up, reach. And this time exhaling the hands behind the back. So you can bring your hands to the low back, drawing the elbows together behind you. Or option to interlace your hands. Press the hips forward, lift your heart up. And really just feel that shelf, the shoulder blades supporting the heart space. Chin up if it feels okay in your neck. Notice if you've disengaged. We want to keep the core active here to protect the low back. And one more full inhale. Exhale to tuck the chin, bend the knees, forward fold, maintaining those binds. Right, so keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Maybe squeezing the palms together if that works for you. Release is chair pose. So just let go of the binds. Find your foundation. And checking in what's supporting you, what's holding you up. And one more full inhale. Exhale, release to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's step the right foot back this time, right knee to the earth. And again, just setting up our lunge with the left knee over the left ankle. When you feel into it, it might feel a little different on this side. We want to supercharge the body with pranic energy. So we're breathing to the ends of the fingertips, the ends of your toes, and every space in between. And exhale to release. Frame your front foot. We're sending the hips back now, lengthening the left leg long. Right, belly and heart forward as you dive in. And same option, you can sit back on the heel if that feels good. Let's take it into a bit of a dynamic flow now, moving it with the breath. So inhale shifts you forward, again hips drop, heart lifts. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. And again, just feeling into the top of the breath. Right, nothing to rush here. And one more time. Right, inhale to pull your heart forward. Sink the hips. Again, we're rooting into the right hand now, creating that stability in the shoulder, hugging into the midline and twisting from the mid and upper back. Sending the left arm up if you did on the other side. Right knee can lift for heat. And can you reach reach out just a little bit further. And a final inhale. Exhale to let it go from your front foot. Step it back. Vinyasa of your choice. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. On empty, bend the knees. Look forward lightly. Step or float it up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root to rise. And again, hands behind the back. Taking the opposite wrap this time. Press the hips forward, lift the heart. Right, really drawing the shoulder blades together and feel that stretch across the delts. Option to open your mouth. Maybe stick out the tongue, say ah. And tuck the chin, forward fold, keep the binds. Right. Just feel into that. Release is chair pose. Exhaling to release your binds. Rising up, reaching up. And then extending. Upward salutes. Float your heels high as you can. Find your drishti, some steady gazing points, right, to look at. Right, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, soften. And close your eyes. And just check in, right? Notice what some breath and movement feels like. Right? Take some time to get present. We're going to step the feet a little bit wider than hips width. And here you can turn the toes out, heels slightly in. And then we're coming into our squat. So sending the hips back into space, just like we did in our chair. And only coming down as much as it feels okay in your body. So maybe it's here, maybe you have a block waiting for you. Right? Maybe your knees are great and you can come all the way down. We want to bring the hands together to the heart, send the knees wide, use your elbows, and then toning up the pelvic floor. So think complete lockdown here, guys. Mula Bandha. Nothing's getting anywhere. So we want to seal that root lock so we can hold on to this energy. Right? Our body becomes kumbhaka, this pot that holds all that prana. Right, nice and long at the spine. Couple options to play with here. Option one, you can bring one hand down and reach out, a little gentle twist. Or if crow's in your practice and you are feeling adventurous, about shoulder distance here between the hands. And real important, guys, are these chaturanga arms. Right? So as you pull the heart forward, find chaturanga with the elbows stacked over the wrists, and then hug in towards your midline, squeezing your triceps with your knees. And we're going to release to plank or down dog, however you want to get there. Vinyasa of your choice. And meeting up in down dog or, child's pose if that feels more accessible. From downward facing dog, send your right leg long and back. And here we're going to stack the hips open, bending into that right knee and still pressing evenly, smoothly into both hands. We want that left heel to drop towards the earth. Option to circle the right leg around if that feels good, or maybe even extend it and roll the ankle out. Right, inhale to re-extend, square up your hips. We'll exhale the knee to the nose, rounding the spine. It's a whole body movement. Inhale to send it back and exhale right knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it back, exhale across the body. Inhale to extend. And exhale to step your right foot through. You can bring the left heel down if you want a little more stability. I like to bring my hands together to the heart and rise up through the midline. And just feel into your warrior one or your crescent lunge, right? Joints are stacked, breath is full, shoulders soft. Good, one more full inhale. Exhale to open it up, warrior two. And so you've got the right knee over the right ankle, the breath is full. Ideally, the thighs parallel to your mat, if you're feeling that energetic. But we want to find that heel to arch alignment in the feet. Let's flip the palms up, reach forward, and either just staying right here, right, just extending yourself a little bit, or you can bring that left arm up and over to mirror the right. And just holding space here, right, for a couple breaths. Right, use your breath to hold you up. One more. Right, soft release, reverse your warrior. Left hand is light down the left thigh. Right arm is reaching. And you can play with your expressions here. Good, one more full inhale. Exhale to release, cartwheel your hands to your mat. We're gonna shift the weight forward, kicking the left heel up. Finding length in the spine, standing split. And so exhale to fold into your depth. We'll try to keep that left foot actively flexed towards the earth and the hip closed. One more inhale, exhale. And so we're going to rise up to the flat back, and option two, use your blocks if they're handy. Big inhale through the nose, and exhale your left knee to your outer right shin. Shiva squat. 2 more times. Inhale to extend. To bring the hands to the heart. Option to reach your arms long towards the front of the room. We want to keep a soft micro bend in that standing leg. Releases chair pose. Arms reach up. And exhale to Tadasana. And close your eyes. And check in. Feel into that right side body. What do you feel? Let's do it again. Other side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it your way. Inhale to a flat back. And again, your option for the vinyasa. You can always skip it and just come straight to down dog. And again, just cultivating that connection to your breath. Check in with your dog. All right, it's time to refine here. We're going to send the left leg high, stacking the hips, right heel drops. Still pressing smoothly into both hands. Option to bend the knee, whatever you did on the other side. Big inhale, find length and lift, square up the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, hug in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale to step it through. And then again, rising up through the midline. Power it up here. Find your depth. Find your focus. Right, where's your drishti? Maybe out there on the horizon. Right, what's coming? And a final inhale. Exhale to open it up for warrior two. Right, checking in that the joints are stacked, the breath is full, Let's flip the palms up, reach out. And again, you can stay here or, feel the whole weight of the world in the Atlas pose. Try to keep the shoulders stacked and the chest open. Oh yeah, you guys look great. All right, ready, reverse. Softly, just finding your depth. Same option to explore variations here. And final inhale. Exhale to release. All right, cartwheel your hands to your mat. Again, we're shifting the weight forward, hands walk forward, right heel lifts. Find that length in the spine. And again, option to use the support of your blocks. Standing split, hips square, it's closed hip. And let your inhale lift you up, find length. Gonna exhale, right knee to the outer left shin. Shiva squats times 3. And re-extending that right leg long, soft bend in the left knee, hands to the heart for a warrior 3. And final breath. Exhale to release, chair pose, full inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back, high to low, options to modify your vinyasa. And let's all take a rest in child's pose. All right, just reconnect, get centered. This might be a good time to towel off, grab a drink of water, blow your nose. I made this really great antimicrobial hand sanitizing mat spray. So, it smells like lemongrass. So good. All right, when you're ready, and you're welcome to sit this round out, we're gonna come back to that same flow. All right, starting with down dog. Let's go one breath, one movement. All right, inhale the right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale to take it back. Exhale, across the body. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, step it through. All right, hug in, rise up, high lunge. Full breath in, and open it up, warrior 2. All right, flip the palms, inhale, reach. Exhale, reverse. Full breath in, and exhale, hands to the earth. All right, shift the weight forward, standing split. Full breath in, exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Shiva squat. Times 2. One more. All right, extend. Warrior 3. Full body breath in. Full body breath out. Release to chair pose. Full inhale. Exhale to mountain. And check in with that right side. Option for a cleansing breath out, right? Or a cooling breath. You could use your Shatali breath here, curling the tongue, or just breathing over the tip of the tongue. Right, other side, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to fold. Follow your breath. Right, we'll meet up in downward facing dog, and again, options to flow, options to modify. Right, big inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, across the body. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, step it through. Root to rise up. Softening in, full inhale. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Flip the palms, reach out. Exhale to reverse. Full breath in. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right heel lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Shiva squat, right knee left shin. 2 more. Inhale to extend, soft micro bend in the standing leg, hands to the heart. We're reaching out. All right, exhale to release, chair pose. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to your sides. I'm going to try to smooth out the breath here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit deep. We're going to come all the way down so you can bring your hands to your blocks. If you need a little extra support, we want to float the heels up for a toe stand. You can bring your hands to your heart. And just connecting to the breath. All right, stay here or option to add a twist for Pasasana. So you can twist to your right, hands come to the earth, just curling up in a little ball. If you can get the heels down, great. If not, don't sweat it. My life likes to throw us twists, yeah? So can you maintain that fullness of breath, that connection to your breath, even through the twist? Soft release to center, finding lift, finding length, Mula Bandha. Exhale to twist left. Find length in the spine. Keep lifting the heart, chin up. Soften back to center. I'm going to come down for boat pose. Yay. So however you want to get there. All right, a couple options for boat. Option 1, hands to your knees, and we're just falling back into space. Right, this is plenty of core action, like I can feel it here. Right, option 2, float the shins. Try to make sure the chest stays broad. You still want to feel that shelf behind the heart holding you up. And option 2, extend the legs long. And we're here for 2 more breaths. Happy breaths. Right, and soft release the soles of your feet to your mat. Open the knees nice and wide. Bring the soles of your feet together, hands to your shins. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall and broaden through the chest, and then exhale your left ear towards your left shoulder. And releasing chin to chest. And inhale the chin up. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Just a little stretch into the trapezius muscles. Release chin to chest. Inhale the chin up. And you can start to pull your heart forward, maybe resting the elbows on your knees. But notice that the spine is rounding a lot. Right here, we want to try and keep the spine as neutral as possible, right? Leading with the heart. Just finding that length in the sacral spine. And then you can allow your spine to round, folding forward. Inhale to lift your heart up. Coming all the way back again. We'll draw the knees together. Extend your legs long. We want to have a block handy. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So make sure you have plenty of space behind you as you come all the way down to the ground. Maybe stretching the arms overhead. Just pull yourself actively in 2 directions here, down and up. Option for a ha breath out the mouth. Let's draw both knees in towards the chest. for Apanasana. And here you can rock it out gently from side to side. And try to stay present, right? I know there's a lot going on in the world, but remember it's all temporary, right? And yoga teaches us that all this, right, what you're holding on to physically, what you're holding on to, externally, it's all so very fluid, like water under the bridge. It doesn't stay long. So let's go ahead. We'll bring the soles of the feet to your mat. We're reaching for the block, walking the heels in towards the glutes. And here we're going to probably use the middle setting. I know a lot of us can use the whole setting, but for our process today, we're going to keep it stable, using that medium setting, and then just lifting your hips high enough to slide the block under your hips. Right, if you have pretty tight hip flexors, maybe, use the lowest setting. We want the block right under the sacrum, right, not the small of the back, but that sort of bony triangle at the crest of your pelvis. We're going to bring the arms wide, breath full. And then walking your feet a little bit wider towards the edges of your mat. Take a full inhale and exhale to drop both knees to the right. Empty completely and inhale to lift your knees back up. Exhale, knees full to the left, right? Emptying completely. Let's go a couple times on your own. Just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Once you've done an equal number on both sides, draw your knees to center, walk your feet back towards center, so they're about hips width, and we'll press the hips up, release the hips down, removing the block out from under you. And then now reaching your fingertips towards your heels, walk your heels in towards your glutes. We're going to take just a few rounds of rolling bridge. All right, so as you inhale, we're going to rock the pelvis up, lifting just one vertebra at a time. We're pressing actively into the back of the skull, creating space between the chin and the chest. And then with the exhale, belly in, lowering down just one vertebra at a time. So we'll keep it going like that. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, hips lift. Option to add the arms. With the exhale, arms can come overhead if you want a little more for the shoulders. Inhale, arms reach, hips reach. We're pressing into the palms at the top of the breath. Let's go just 3 more at your pace. Final breath, let's hold that bridge. Right, and just imagine all that water passing under you. Right, all of your thoughts, all of your feelings, all your memories. Just flowing the pulse of life. And you're the bridge, just present, watching it all go by. Right, soft release your hips to your mat. Extend your legs long and check in, scan your whole body. Right, chances are there's some final posture that just makes sense to you. And if that's the case, you can go ahead and offer it now. Right, maybe a twist or a happy baby, maybe shoulder stands in your practice. Just take a couple breaths wherever you're going. And we'll set it up for Shavasana. So Shavasana is an integral part of the practice of yoga. It's important to take time, just to reset, to realign. I like to call it the undoing. Of course, a lot of us have probably been spending a lot of time undoing the last couple weeks, but taking just a few minutes for yourself here. So when you're ready, just extending your legs long, Maybe if you have low back sensitivity, you can bend your knees, maybe a bolster under the knees. You can bring your arms wide. You want the arms at about 45 degrees to really open into the chest. Close your eyes if you haven't already. And take a big breath in and up towards Agnya Chakra, third eye. And open mouth, let it out. And again, inhale. And again, just release. And keep the jaw slack. So maintaining some space, maybe between your lips, and just softening the tongue in your mouth. And nothing to control here. And just let the breath do its thing. Let the thoughts do their thing. Let the body be heavy. And let your heart be light. I'd like to invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as it makes sense for you. So, a few minutes, a half hour, indefinitely. And just coming back to that affirmation. When you're ready. I am present, body, mind, and heart. My conscious choices cultivate the landscape of my life. And with gratitude, namaste.